Hello and welcome everyone to my literacy memoir. Some of my favorite books from childhood were Dr. Seuss, Tom's Tank Engine Adventures, the basic what you give a kid kind of books. In middle school, I definitely read at a higher level as I was reading most of the Harry Potter series. The last book wasn't out yet. I never ended up finishing it, which is unfortunate. But in high school, I was constantly reading series such as the Percy Jackson series and the series after that. My friend recommended me a series called the Red Rising series. It's very good. And I love the first book so much, I went out and bought the whole series that day. In high school, we all had to read the assigned books, and most people moan and groaned, but I actually ended up liking some of the books, such as Fahrenheit 451, To Kill a Mockingbird, Frankenstein, A Clockwork Orange, and most of the Shakespeare books are pretty good. Reading these books and analyzing them for my English class gave me a much deeper appreciation for the literary works. For reading styles, I would definitely say I'm a binge reader. If I find a book I like, such as the Red Rising series, all I really want to do is just finish the series and know how it ends. My reading habits, however, have definitely changed over the years. At first, the books were just kind of they were there, something to read, it's whatever. But then once I found unique books and really started to explore the worlds within books, I fell right into the deep end. I was reading books left and right. I ended up getting my own library card and felt so good finishing a summer reading challenge when I was young. Nowadays, it's every now and then I find a book to read at the pace I used to. Typically during break, I try and find a good book just to get some reading in, My family definitely influenced my reading experiences by getting me a library card when I was young and really encouraged me to find books that I wanted to read. My friends influenced my reading series because they recommended me books all the time, like Percy Jackson, Red Rising, the Gone series. And, I would find books of my own, like Ready Player One and Scythe and everything. It was very good. Literacy in my day-to-day life now is much more focused on being technologically literate, making sure that whether or not I'm using my computer, laptop, or phone, knowing that if I have any problems, I can try and fix it because I have the knowledge to try and fix it. Nowadays, however, I'm typically more reading graphic novels and looking much more at the art style and the choices the artist made for each panel and scene. Graphic novels such as Why the Less Man, Deadly Class, and typical Marvel and DC comics, both in the classic and modern styles. Looking at the books I've read in my reading history, a unifying theme that remains between all of them would be growth. And Ready Player One, Wade Watts grows to love what the real world has to offer. And Percy Jackson, Percy grows as a person for being, your typical bratty 12-year-old to fighting gods at 15. So, the change of a person is what really unifies all the books I've read. All the books I've read teach and show growth in very many ways.